Hello, guys. This is Let's Talk. Today, our topic for discussion is that we are going to talk about 5 things people hate, but yet still do them anyway. So, number one, we'll talk about jobs. People hate their jobs, I tell you. The number of people that want to quit their jobs. If we are to conduct a statistics on this right now, we'll be amazed about the results we'll get. People actually hate their jobs but can't quit because they lack abilities. They lack confidence in their abilities and their skills. They don't think that when they move on from what they are doing, they can be able to establish a business or create novel ideas that will fetch them money or give them success. And so they get stuck in the businesses, their work, and they don't want to move on. Another reason is that people like titles. People like the manager, the boss, the this, the that. I'm an accountant here, and so it kind of give them some prestige. And when they are letting go of that, it really becomes difficult for them. Another reason why people can't let go of their job is that people have a lot of people depending on them. There's higher rate of dependency on them, and so when they are moving on to something else, something that maybe they are going to start like a new business, sometimes it's scary because starting something new is full of uncertainties. You don't know what you are going to meet. You don't know whether you make it. You don't know how you survive. And so you need that space and that freedom to be able to operate. And so if there are people depending on you, if you have families taking care of them, it becomes so difficult when you want to make some of these decisions. And so you get people stuck in their jobs because it gives them income, it sorts the bills out, and they're able to get by. Even if they don't really get anything out of it, they are happy because at the end of the day, they are able to pay their bills. People also keep their jobs because of reasons such as good salaries. They are being paid. They get good salaries. They get good insurance. They get good insurance cover. They get good accommodation from their companies. And so sometimes letting go of all these things to go and start something on your own or to join a different company when you don't know what it entails is really very scary. And so people wouldn't like to take such risks since they don't really know what will actually become of it. Another reason is that people are really scared. The fear of the uncertainty, the fear of what people will say. Sometimes individuals are loyal to the companies they've worked with, and so they are thinking of what people might say to them when they leave such companies. Their bosses will be disappointed. People will be let down, and so it makes it difficult when it comes to taking a decision about quitting and letting go of things like their jobs that are not really making them happy. Sometimes it's difficult to move on from your workplace because of when you're going to start something new. It seems like you need a new set of skills. You need to learn new things, and actually there's no time like that now. There's no time to invest in some of these things. Time has become a luxury nowadays, and so individuals are not actually ready to leave what they already know and have gotten used to and can do it even with a blink of an eye, to go and start something and have to learn a new set of skills for it. People don't really have that energy anymore. But fortunately for us, we have the internet, we have informations available to us these days. And so whatever you want to do, it's so easy for you to start now. A friend was telling me that he has a sister that is interested in doing makeup. And for him, what he's saying is that you just have to go on YouTube like we are doing now. And some of these informations, we've made it easy for people to access, And sometimes, initially, you have to go through a lot to get such information. But now, you come to YouTube, you come to my channel, you go to other channels, and information is even flooding, a lot of it. And so it's not an excuse if you want to learn new set of skills. It has actually become easier for you to be able to actually do that. And so quitting your job, you also have to weigh options. You have to, it's not everybody that it worked for. Sometimes your fear might be actually prompting you about something good, It's not everybody that can be an entrepreneur, and it's not everybody that can have the confidence to take some of this risk. Some people, it doesn't work for them, and so you have to be honest with yourself and know what really and actually work for you to be able to move in such a space. When you follow people and you don't weigh your options properly, you might end up crashing. And sometimes it will be difficult to get back on your feet. So it is not to scare you, but you have to be honest with yourself whether you can actually do this. Is this something you really want to do? And don't think about anybody, those that have people depending on them. It's about you first. If your foundation is shaking, if you are not happy, would you live life at the expense of somebody? Would you live life at the expense of no? So you have to actually do what makes you happy. And secondly, people are in relationships that they are not happy about, but yet still are stuck in it. Why? Because they have built so much around this person. They have invested their time, their emotions, their money, and so it is difficult for them to get out of such relationships, even though it's not working for them, even though it's hurting them, even though it's crushing them. They are still stuck in these relationships. Why? Because they think that they have put in so much effort into the relationship to make it work. Let me tell you one thing. It is not you that makes anything work. If you don't have somebody that actually understands you, that you're on the same path with, there is nothing that you are going to do that can tie somebody down. A person who wants to leave will leave you. And so when you see the red flags, when you see the signs in a relationship, don't overlook them. You have to really pay attention and decide what you actually want. People are scared to move on in their life because they think they don't have any other alternatives. They think that the life is just about this person and then there is nothing they can do about it on their own. Be empowered, be encouraged. There is a lot out there for you. You don't have to get stuck in something that you are not comfortable with. Some lead to these things lead some people to their grave. Just like the alleged issue we are hearing now about the Nigerian singer. And so you have to take charge of your life. People are scared to move on because of low self-esteem. And so the little love they are getting from their partners, they think that is the end of the world and that is all that they deserve. And so they are happy. See, everybody is worth something. You are unique. You are so beautiful. You are God's creation. There is, you don't have to compare somebody's energy to yours. You are made so specially, no matter how you are. And so you don't need somebody to validate you, You don't need somebody to validate you. If it's because of finances, if it's because of love, it's because of lack, it's because whatever it is that is making you stick, that you are not happy with the relationship, but you still stick inside. I think it's time that you relook at things and really decide whether this is what you really want, and make that decision now before it's too late. People are in relationships because sometimes some partners are actually manipulative. When they get a sign that you want to let go of them, that is when they find ways and means to get you stuck. Some actually get people pregnant, get women, some of the men get women pregnant. Some of the women to trap the men with pregnancy. Some people also tend to act like they have changed, and then they make you trust them that they are going to change. Nobody really wants to. If the person is genuine, you would know. There will be signs. The person can pretend forever. There is this saying that you can fool the people sometimes, but you can't fool them all the time. So you really need to check these things out. If you are not happy in a relationship, if things are not working the way you want to be, what are your values? What are the things that you cherish? What do you look out for? What are the things that you want? Is this what you want? Is this where you want to be? Your happiness is matters. Your happiness is at stake. So if something is not working for you and you are really into it, you are really stuck because you don't know where to go, because you think you have invested so much information, you need to really look at it. Another thing that people actually hate but do is driving. Driving is so hectic. Initially there used to be manual, and so you have to operate with your 2 legs, and now it's automatic. And then most cars, you have to operate with just 1 leg. And it's so hectic nowadays. You are back from work, you've closed from work, and you have to drive home with all that. You are so exhausted, with all the noise, with all the annoyance on the road, people getting on your nerves in traffic. It's a whole serious issue. And people are really stressed out. People are really stressed out when it comes to driving. But they don't have any option, because who will drive you home? Who will drive you to wherever you want to go? Sometimes too, you need your privacy. You need to do 1 or 2 things, or go to certain places that you can't let somebody drive you there. And so you need, it has become a necessity actually. And sometimes it's a blessing when you look at people, the number of people when you close from work, or when you're in town and you see the number of people that are waiting for public transport, and the hours that they have to spend on the roadside or the bus stops to actually get a bus to take them home. It's heartbreaking, so it's a blessing, and you have to really appreciate yourself that you are able to afford such means. It doesn't come easy. Even as much as sometimes maybe you are going to a meeting and you would want to brush through your document, you would want to read some things before you get to the meeting place, or better still, you just want to relax. You just want to take your time. You just want to just sit back and do nothing and just relax and let somebody take charge of the steering wheel, take charge of it, and just take you home. But you have to do it yourself. You have to pick the kids up. You have to, pick your partner up. You have to get to the office at a certain time. You have to. So it's